Hello, people. Hello, the world. It's your boy PRO to the VABS. Proverbs, and it simply means prophetic rhymes offering values, access, blunt truth, and salvation. Live here at MI's home studio. He likes to call it the dark room because this is where he just puts everything off. It's a dark room actually, and he just sits down and thinks and creates. Okay, so this is where heaven knows happened, and basically we're here, just giving you guys a little reality of what we do on a daily basis and how we hook up in the studio and how we work, and my privilege of being able to meet and work with them, basically.
My good friend sitting on the top of
Yes, sure. My name is MI, Mr. Incredible Show, Black Africa, one chairman. I'm chilling at home in my studio. Working. I don't know what I call my studio. I just call it the studio. This is all black. I like everything to be dark when I'm thinking about music, you know what I'm saying? Well, you're welcome. I know you guys have some questions for me, so whatever, I'm ready. Ask me.
But what is the word if your topic makes me grow?
Speaking about fears, to be honest, a lot of times I get very afraid. I get afraid of failure. I get afraid of becoming obsolete. I get afraid of, I guess even just the artistic process is one of vulnerability. And I get afraid of being, that vulnerable and opening myself up. And I think life teaches you that there's no other way than to just try to face your fears as best as you can. Courage is not being afraid. It's being able to make steps even while you're afraid. So fear is there to remind you the danger is real, but courage and bravery will keep you moving, in spite of your fears. So keep moving in spite of your fears.
M is somebody that I met way back since he came to Lagos. I remember the first time he came to Lagos and I was supposed to hook up with him to do a job with Mr. Daz. And I met him and I don't know, I saw a real side of him. He's so cool. He's somebody I respect so much. I honor the wisdom, behind him. He came to Lagos. He took Nigeria by storm. He made people understand that rap is sellable. He made people understand that rap is something that you could listen to, understand, and still catch the vibe in it. So he's a friend. He's a very good friend. We hang out from time to time. I've been involved in his recordings from Talk About It to the last one. Now he's on Chairman. 2 or 3 songs I'm always in the studio, when he's working, and I see the creativity, I see the gift that God has bestowed upon a regular guy, that has become, a role model to the world. So he's a friend. Forget all this facade, forget all this music and all. He's a friend. We hang out and I've learned a lot from him. I would honestly let you guys know that I've learned a lot from him, business-wise, music-wise, and all.
See, everyone is rushing for the throne. My folks say I'm grown.
The song Heaven was inspired, I guess, by a series of conversations with Proverbs, and Proverbs has been a great friend of mine. Since I came to Lagos, we don't always see each other, but when we see each other, we can spend the whole day talking, just gisting, talking about music, life, God, relationships, stuff like that. And we had done a song a long time ago, but we hadn't really done anything in recent times. And in the period of talking, he was like, "Oh, let's do something together." And I'm a very slow producer. That's why I don't let anybody know I produce. I don't like people knowing that I make beats too. But as we listening to music, I heard that John Legend song. You know what I mean? And as I heard it, heaven only knows, bang bang. I was like, what? Proverbs, come listen to this. He was like, man, let's see what you can do. You know what I mean? And I just started putting together, and gradually the song came out of it. And then, of course, he wrote these amazing verses and just took it there. And he was like, you have to do the chorus. You have to do the, Proverbs can be very hype. He's like, your voice, I love your voice.
I love the soul. Very soulful.
Heaven knows is just a simple understanding that God is Alpha and Omega. he knows the end from the beginning. It's a simple understanding that if humans want to know, we have to key into God to know. It's also a song that is reflective, that helps you to battle your fears, helps you to battle your worries, helps you to battle, face up to your challenges, because if you're not facing it, it will face you and it could crush you. So basically that is what Heaven Knows is all about. Heaven Knows to me it just shows the limitations of man. Our foolishness is like our weakness, our wisdom is like foolishness before God, basically. So it's just an understanding that I don't know, I can't see beyond my now, but you can see beyond my now, and just help me to be able to know what you know, so as to be able to overcome or weather the storm, basically.
Not just that, it's very brave of him as somebody that's known predominantly for gospel rap to associate himself with somebody that's known for not gospel rap. And put it as a lead single. It's different when you put it on track 14 on your album, but put it as a single out and put it out there. And more importantly, for him to be so vulnerable and talk about his life, talk about his fears, his relationships with his parents, everything. So I think it's a very bold song. I'm privileged to be a part of it. Shout out to Proverbs. Great artist. You guys should pay more attention. I know you're paying attention, but pay more attention to Proverbs.
Well, this is one of the last songs on the album, Mind the Gap. We brought out Mind the Gap, the pre-album, earlier with One Management. Shout out to my management people. They are the ones that have got my back all through this, and they've, ensured that Proverbs is being visible and is doing his thing with all of the resources that is required to make it happen. So right now, the Mind the Gap, the street edition is ready, and that is what we're working on. I finished the song with Peter, and now the song with MI is ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, street edition of Mind the Gap, Gospel According to Proverbs, will be hitting your streets very soon. Keep your fingers crossed. 2014 is the year of you and I. The year of you and I. Just joking with you guys here. So basically, that's what it is. That's what it is for Proverbs.
I therefore stand on the promises of God more, cause his word helps me overcome the factor.
But somebody can't look at the story of MI and say they don't know that side of me, because that's the only side there is. How can a boy from Jos who has nothing, who has nobody backing him, come to Lagos, make it to a certain point, at the point African rapper #1, have everybody that's around him flourish, his brother, his producers, everybody flourish and grow with the record label? It is impossible for it to be done by man alone. So there's no way that you can look at the story of MI and not see the story of what God is doing. But I also talk about God quite often in my lyrics. And I think in MI2 I had to tone back a little bit, because I was always referring to, biblical principles or mentioning God, or I didn't want it to seem like a gospel album, so I toned it down a little bit after a while. But the best way I can answer is this song on my first album. It says, I'm not a minister, though I administer truth, but one thing has remained throughout my sinister youth, and it's the definitive truth. So when I spit in the booth, it's a message of his, teaching lessons of his, and the messenger is not important at all. So I humbly fall at his feet and declare, you are wonderful, powerful, beautiful. Like, I'm not trying to be a pastor, I'm not trying to be a worship leader. But one thing, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a minister, but one thing I know is that God has had his hand on my life, and he's brought me to a place, and my relationship with him is just that. It's my relationship with him. And it is absolutely pivotal for who I am today. I think that musicians should collaborate all the time, because sometimes their best work is done through collaboration. Also, Proverbs is a brother and a great friend, and somebody that I truly admire, and I'm honored and privileged to be on the song with him, and I'm more honored that he gave me the opportunity to produce the song. Shout out to him. You have to be very patient with me. I'm a very slow producer. and I'm very busy too. So, but he's a very patient guy, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just a great song. I'm really honored. I'm really blessed. Proverbs is such a great artist, and I really have so much respect for artists that have dedicated themselves to creating worship music and music specifically dedicated towards, the body of Christ, the church. Because music is, by definition, is a very sparkly sort of profession to have, and there's a lot of expectation that comes. And you can imagine that these guys, they're not making as much as their counterparts in secular music, but they have almost the same expectation, maybe even more. When they go to church, when they're around their family and friends, everybody expects from them. And so for somebody over the years to say, you know what, I have decided to follow Jesus, and I'm persuaded that He's able to keep that which I've committed unto Him against that day. When people actually live it, it's completely different. And so every gospel artist in our country, across the world, they have my utmost respect. And holla when you're ready to make music.
Basically, what we're doing here is to ensure that you guys have the strength, the inner strength, and the willpower to fight. There's the saying that where there's a will, there's a way. I wanted people to really understand and see a side of M that they've not seen before. He is somebody, that was created by God, and he is somebody that is using the gift and the talent that God has given him to reach out to the world. So I want to let everybody that has a fear of wanting to start out, a fear of procrastination, fear of worries, fear of unknown tomorrows, to face it. First of all, God, if you have God with you, there's nothing you can overcome, and just take that stride and overcome for 2014. Take over. We're meant to replenish the earth, we're meant to conquer the earth, we're meant to dominate the earth. So we're giving you the opportunity to stand and say, you know what, I can, because these guys can. And even though it was hard and facing them, they stood, and victory is sure for you and for I. That's what's up. And I love you guys. Keep following Proverbs at Proverbs, PROVABS. Hook up to my fan page on Facebook, Proverbs Aina, PROVABS AINA. I know it's not together, there's space in between. And trust me, I'll keep giving you good music. I love you all. Thank you for waiting and being patient. And more management. You guys are the ones, man. You guys are the ones. Love you. Peace out. Snap TV, you guys. Thanks for putting this together. For the images of image. When you want to put that image in the frame or without the frame, like the frame, not to give you fame, but possibly fame, Don't forget Image Man. Yeah, they are the brand ambassadors. They know how to brand you very well. Heaven only knows, heaven only knows.